back on YouTube. You found us. We appreciate it. I'm meteorologist John Dawson. This is the Fox 26 Tropical Update, designed, formatted, wrapped around YouTube. We're glad you found us, and we're ready to sort of dive into things and talk about what's happening in the tropics. And the message is going to be very familiar to begin with, and that is the fact that the Gulf, as in the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean remain very quiet. Not much there to look at, tropically speaking. Are we complaining about that? No, we're not. We're very glad to see that. Here we are, sort of still in the peak of hurricane season in the middle of September, and things are nothing happening in the Gulf or in the Caribbean, and that is exactly the way we like it. When we get out to the Atlantic, a little bit more activity, or at least something to watch. It's not a tropical cyclone, but the development of it trying to happen. This is a tropical wave that the National Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on. It's about 1,000 miles still from the Lesser Antilles, so it's a ways out there, pretty much in the middle of the Atlantic as far as the east and west is concerned. And this is one of those groups of thunderstorms that'll continue to try to develop, and it really will need a couple more days before it really gets into some more favorable conditions. Not highly favorable, but a little bit favorable, we'll put it that way. There is a second tropical wave. That second tropical wave is still sort of more or less off of the coast. It's a little bit out into the Atlantic now, but it's one of those storm systems that started on the African coast and then worked its way off. And it's still struggling and not looking, again, highly favorable that it would develop. So the Hurricane Center, this further one out that we're looking at, it's currently only giving it a 10% chance that it would develop in the next 5 days. So those are pretty low possibilities that that's going to happen. But this one that we've been talked about a moment ago, this one has been bumped up to 40% over that 5-day range and a 30% chance over that 2-day range. And so you'll notice this is a pretty big area. Look how far that stretches east to west as this is going to continue to move over the next 5 days. And the potential is there that it would develop into a tropical cyclone. So if it were to become a tropical depression or maybe even a tropical storm, we'll continue to monitor that. Some question marks, a lot of question marks, I should say, as far as where it would go if it would become a tropical cyclone. The Bermuda High has kind of got a little bit of a weakness in it that might sort of help work its way up to the north a little bit quicker. But then if it gets a little bit further over west before it develops, then that Bermuda High might actually push it a little bit further over to the west. So there's, again, just a lot of complexities that are still out there, not a lot of certainty as far as this particular tropical wave is concerned, but it certainly looks like there is the potential that it could develop into a tropical cyclone. So that's one that we'll be watching for sure. Be great if you wanted to connect with me on social media. I'm at John Dawson, Fox 26, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The Fox 26 weather app, always here. Whether you're in the Houston area or not, it will help you with a radar as well as a 10-day forecast. If you're traveling, you can always put in a location and see what's happening, where you might be headed. And the tropical information is there. So if one of those waves were to become a tropical depression or a tropical storm, that would also come right to your phone there with the Fox 26 weather app. Thanks for finding us today. We will be back tomorrow with another tropical update here on YouTube.